The future of funding in Fort Worth ISD relies on the state legislature, and there's still a disagreement within the leaders of the state of Texas as to how to fix Texas school finance. In the state of Texas, the legislature meets only every other year. This is an off year. While our congressional leaders are not currently in session in Austin, many like our own Representative Mark Shelton are still thinking about school funding. I sat down with Representative Shelton to discuss the latest information on school finance. The budget for the state of Texas is $172 billion, and 52% of the budget goes to fund education. But even with a large percentage of state dollars going to education, many districts are facing cuts because there is still not enough funding.
A lot of school districts are trimming down their administrative bureaucracy.
President of the Texas State Teachers Association said an estimated 32,000 school employees, including 12,000 teachers, have already lost their jobs. Representative Mark Shelton said school funding is determined by multiple factors.
The Texas Education Code is like sedimentary rock, that it is just layered with all of this stuff.
The local economy and sales tax plays a large portion into how schools are funded. So if people aren't pouring money into the economy, there's no money to go back out to the schools. A lot of this money comes from local sales tax and oil and gas revenue.
However, the good news is that in the last 6 months, that all of those sources of revenue from the state have increased.
And an increase in those areas is how you will see an increase in funding for these classrooms.
The legislature actually increased school funding by, I think it was 3.2%. So the amount of money, the amount of Texas dollars that we put into schools is actually increased.
While there was an increase in state funding, Texas schools still lost $4 billion.
I think you also have to realize that the $4 billion cut that everybody talks about, that was $4 billion that the federal government did not give Texas this time.
And Representative Shelton has concerns about the state budget for the future.
One of the great stressors on the budget right now is the Affordable Care Act, which is Obamacare, and that if that continues within the next few years, particularly by 2015, we are going to see Medicaid consume the entire Texas budget.
While it seems like it will be at least 2013 before there is a solution to school funding, Representative Shelton has an idea of his own for what could help.
And it's my belief that we need to see if we can shift a lot of the control down to the local level, to the school boards, and I think that will improve the situation.
And Patricia Hardy with the State Board of Education shares a similar idea.
Said there's 1,400 districts, all of them with different needs.
Between now and next January, when the legislature is back in session, there will be a lot of work done to meet the needs of districts across the state.